Happening right now, the crew of NASA's Artemis II mission is in flight on their way to make history. They're preparing for the first crewed flyby of the moon in more than 50 years after lifting off yesterday from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Joining us live now from the Kennedy Space Center to tell us more about this historic moment is Dr. Joe Westlake, director of NASA's Heliophysics Division. So great to have you here, Dr. Westlake. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Really excited to talk to you all about Artemis.
Wonderful. So, of course, we saw yesterday the crew had a very successful launch. Tell us a bit about what happens on this next leg of the journey.
Yeah, so as the crew launched yesterday, we had, as you said, a picture-perfect launch. Really amazing, just fantastic to see them go up into space. They started in low Earth orbit, then they were raised to a higher Earth orbit, and since then they've been checking out and ringing out some of the systems within the Orion capsule and getting ready for the next step, which is the translunar injection burn that'll take them out to the moon.
Very cool. And, you know, as they start to head deeper into space, we, of course, are sensitive to the fact that there are going to be some risks involved, some, radiation, maybe even some space debris. Tell us a bit about how NASA is working to keep the astronauts and the technology aboard all together and safe.
So now you're talking about what I work on, which is in heliophysics, we're always concerned with the effects of the sun and its impacts on our lives here on the Earth, but also as our astronauts travel out into deep space, we're concerned about things that we call space weather. So whether it be a flare or a coronal mass ejection or any other activity that happens off of the sun, we want to be able to give those astronauts prediction, understanding, and the ability for them to be safe throughout. Now, we've gone through all of this. We understand the risks. We understand the concerns. And these astronauts are going to be safe as they go out to the moon. So we're always making sure that they have the knowledge, that they have warnings, that they have understandings, together with our partners at the NOAA Space Weather Prediction Center.
Now, during the mission, the crew could also see a solar eclipse we're hearing about. What will that look like from space? This is pretty cool.
Yeah, so when you think about what we see as solar eclipses here on the Earth, we have the sort of perfect orientation of the Earth, the moon, and the sun, where the moon covers up the disk of the sun, and you get to actually see the space weather with your own eyes. You see the sun's atmosphere, the corona, as it expands into space. Their perspective from the moon is going to be so, different, so weird, so, moon-centric in many ways compared to what we see. The moon will be so much closer. So if you could imagine the moon very large in their field of view, and then the sun very small as it hides behind the moon and then comes back out for a sunrise. Wow. So they will probably be able to see some of the solar atmosphere as it tucks in behind the moon and then as it comes back out on the other side. But it'll be a totally different experience than what we were able to see from the total solar eclipse.
Oh, that's so incredible. Just to be a fly on the wall for something like that would be so cool.
Right.
We talk about the seasons here on Earth, but the sun has cycles too. So why does that matter for missions like this and future plans to return to the moon?
Yeah, here we are in solar maximum. We're in the most active time of our solar 11-year cycle. So what happens is that the sun sort of winds itself up and gets itself more energized over those 11 years, and we see more sunspots. Those sunspots are where the active regions are. They're where the weather comes. It's sort of like when you think about hurricane season versus non-hurricane season. We're sort of in that hurricane season right now. We're in that solar maximum. So there's a higher likelihood. There's a multitude of active regions facing us on the sun right now. I think it's about 10 right now, all of which could create some space weather, some of which are not large active regions, some are smaller. And we've been working to understand those for a long time here at NASA and being able to give that prediction, understanding, forecast, and science to our astronauts to enable them to be safe.
Just incredible. So much research and so many teams involved in that, so much intelligence. Now, for people watching at home, where can they follow along with the mission and stay connected with NASA and this journey?
Yeah, the best place to hear from our astronauts, to hear it from their mouths, is nasa.gov. Please follow along with us as we go out to the moon, and really it's going to be fun to share along with these astronauts.
Very cool. And as we start to wrap things up here, I just have a quick follow-up. We were watching a story done by one of our reporters on this incredible moment earlier, and they were showing photos of projected models of what a moon base could look like on the moon after this mission in the years to come. And just curious to know, what are the plans to get those buildings, to set up those buildings on the moon, given that there's zero gravity or very little gravity?
Yeah, I mean, one of the cool things at NASA is we get to do great things. The next step for us is really to work out that plan, to understand what we're going to do to be able to establish that permanent lunar presence. We've been building that up with our commercial partners, and we're really looking forward to the future Artemis missions that are going to set us up for success there.
Okay, got it. So TBD, lots more to come, it sounds like.
For sure, for sure.
Any last message to the public who are, going to be closely following this mission in the days to come? What is the big takeaway here for them?
I just hope you all follow along to hear the experience of these 4 astronauts as they go out to the moon for the first time in over 50 years. I know I wasn't around for the Apollo landings and launches. I'm so excited to hear it from their perspective and to really see this through their eyes.
All right, Dr. Joe Westlake. Yes, absolutely. Dr. Joe Westlake, Director of Heliophysics Division at NASA, thank you so much to you and your team for your incredible work and for your time today. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.